Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make another YouTuber statue. This time, it's going to be Stampylonghead. Let's get started. So, if you want to make him, here's what you're going to need. You're going to need black wool, dark grey, light grey wool, white wool, yellow, orange, and brown. We're going to need a couple more colours later on, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So once you have your colours out, and once you've figured out where you're going to make him, I'm going to make him right here. He doesn't take up any more room than a normal statue. You're going to want to start off with this little sequence of colours on the floor. One white, one dark grey, one light grey, two dark grey, one light grey, one dark grey, one white. There you go, starting off complicated with this guy. That will be the foundation of which we will build Stampy. So, what you want to do for the next row is, on top of every dark grey that you placed on the previous row, you're going to want to place dark grey like I've done there, and then you're going to want to fill the rest of the row in with white. And there just is little pores there. Then, the next row wants to be entirely white. There we are. Then, what you want to do is, for the next row, you want to take out the yellow, and you want to place two yellow in the centre of the row, and then the rest of the row wants to be light grey. Like that. Next row, what you want to do is you want to take out the white, and you want to have two white coming in towards the centre on either side like that. Then what you want to do is you want to do two yellow in the centre, just as you did on the previous row, and then you want to do orange wool in between the two remaining blocks. There you go. Next row, a little simpler. On top of the white, just do orange. And then you just want to do yellow in between. Now I think would be a good time, I was going to say this at the beginning, but I think this is a better time since we're just about to do 6 rows of whatever colour you choose. Stampy, the actual skin, you could interpret it as him being either predominantly yellow or predominantly orange. I personally chose yellow, but maybe you see it a different way, so you could, if you think it's supposed to be orange rather than yellow, just inverse the colours, and I figured I'd tell you here because we're about to do 6 rows of yellow. So, you know, it's completely up to you. I think it's more yellow than orange, but you might have a different opinion. So on top of what you have here, you're going to want to do 6 rows of your chosen colour. Mine's yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like to mark them out before I do them sometimes. So that will be 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let me just show you what we have here since that's the whole leg section done. Just have to do the body. Pause that if you have to, make sure you've got it right. Let's move on. So what we're going to do on these next few rows is we're going to work from left to right because they're a little complicated, or a little harder to explain than the average row, I should say. They're not complicated. So from this left block here, what you want to do is you want to do 3 yellow going to the right, 2 white, 1 light grey, 2 yellow. Next row wants to be 2 yellow, 1 light grey, 2 white, 1 light grey, 2 yellow. Next row wants to be 1 yellow, 1 light grey, 3 white, 1 light grey, 2 light grey, sorry, 2 light grey, then 1 yellow. Since I messed up saying that there you go, that's what you want to have. Next row, and the last row that I have to do this, you want to do 2 light grey, 4 white, 1 light grey, and 1 yellow. I was just making sure I got it right there, I didn't want to mess up again. But there you have it, that's what you want to have so far. Pause that if you have to. Next few rows are a bit easier, so what you want to do is you want to take out your light grey, and on either end you're going to want to go up by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and by either end I mean the very end. Of course, there you go. And then you just want to fill the middle section in of those 4 rows that you marked out with light grey in with white, like that. Then, what you want to do for the next row, you want to fill the left end block in with yellow, and you want to fill the right end block in with brown. I don't know why there's a phantom brown block in on the front there. It's the only one there. It's kind of out of place, but I didn't design the skin, so there you go. Then the middle part of the row, the rest of the row just wants to be white, like that. Next row, you want to have 2 yellow coming in towards the center from either end. Then the rest wants to be white. Next row, you want to have something similar. You just want to have one yellow on each end. Then right next to it, you want to have... Hang on, I can't tell because of my stupid monitor whether that's black or dark grey. I'm pretty sure it's dark grey. So dark grey, and then fill the rest of it in with white. Next row, 2 yellow coming in towards the center, and just white in the middle, like that. And that's the whole torso section of Stampy. Nothing complicated about that, I hope. And just to show you everything that we have there, there we go. There he is in all of his glory, without arms and without a head. He actually looks a lot better with his head, and I don't say this about all of them, but some of them do. Some of them look kind of, you know, bad or mediocre until you put the head in, and Stampy's kind of one of them. But there you go. Time to move on to the arms. So I'm going to be starting with the right arm here. The right arm starts when his, like, the middle patch of his stomach fur starts. If you haven't figured it out yet, Stampy is a cat. So coming out from the right side here, you're going to want to do 1 white, 2 light grey, 1 white, like that. And I'm just going to do it on the other side as well because I have OCD when it comes to the first row of the arms. I don't know why. There you go. So that's where it's supposed to be marked out. That's where the bottom of the arms start. I'm going to be working on the right arm, and I'm going to be working from right to left, by the way. So what you want to do for this next row, on top of the row you have, you want to do 1 light grey, 2 white, 1 light grey. Next row is exactly the same. Next row is entirely white. Next row is 1 white, 3 yellow. There we go, that's what you want to have so far. I'm going to be doing this relatively quickly because it is only like 4 blocks, and you can quite clearly see, especially when I'm building it, but even more so once the arm's done, I'll give you a bit of a closer look. But there you go, next row wants to be entirely yellow. Next row, 2 yellow, 1 orange, 1 yellow. Next row, 2 yellow, 2 orange. Next row, 2 yellow, 2 orange. Next row, 2 yellow, 2 orange. Next row, 3 yellow, 1 orange. Next row, all yellow. And let me just show you that there. Pause that if you have to. That's the entire arm. I'm going to quickly go through the next one. So, next arm is exactly the same as the arm that we've just done, so I'm going to go a little quicker. But the hand here, from outwards to inwards again, 1 light grey, 2 white, 1 light grey. Repeat of that row for the next one. Then it's an entire white row. Then we have 1 white, 3 yellow. Then we have an entire yellow row. Then the next row we have 2 yellow, 1 orange, 1 yellow. Next row, 2 yellow, 2 orange. Then we have 2 repetitions of that, so 2 yellow, 2 orange, 2 yellow, 2 orange. Then the next row we have 3 yellow, 1 orange. Then the next row is entirely yellow, and there's his arm. And there's both of them together. It's getting a bit dark, but you can still see, and I will just show you that even though it is a bit dark. I'm going to grab the bed, and I'm going to be back after I've slept. Alright, so that's the entire body of Stampy, or at least the front of him, in slightly better lighting. Pause that if you have to, make sure that yours looks exactly like that, or close enough that you're happy with it, and we can move on to the back. So, the back is fairly simple, but we actually have to make it 3D first. Forgot that part. So what you want to do is, you want to come to the bottom of the side of the foot here, it doesn't matter which one, and you're going to want to extend it back 3 rows, and to do that you're going to want to do 1 light grey, then 2 white, and you're going to want to do the same on the other end of the foot. There we are. So it should look something like that from the back. Here, you should just have 2 single white, 3 rows behind what we already have, and you just want to connect those together with white, and that'll serve as the platform of which we will build the back of the statue. And if you've never made a statue of mine before, here's how it works. I make the entire front like that, make it 3D, make the entire back just like I did the front, make the sides, make the head, and then we have the statue. And those are the facts of life, and that is exactly what we have here. We have the first row of the back, and well, let's move on. I don't know why I'm rambling. So on top of this first row here, you're going to want to do 2 more rows of white. So 1 and 2. Next row, what you want to do is you want to do 2 dark grey in the centre of the next row, and then fill the rest of it in with light grey. Next row, what you want to do is you want to do 2 yellow coming in towards the centre. You want to do light grey. I feel as though I mashed my words there. You want to do light grey on top of the dark grey there, and then you just want to fill the rest of the row in with orange, just those 2 orange there. Next row is just 2 orange in the middle. The rest of it is yellow. And that is half of the back of the legs right there, so pause it if you have to, make sure you've got it right, because what we're going to do now is we're going to stack 6 rows of yellow on top of what we have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like we did on the front side of the statue. So that should be 3 rows, that should be 4, 5, and 6. There we go. So just to give you a bit of a view of what that should look like, and that should actually that should like line up with the front of the statue. So that should bring you like right to the bottom of the hands there. So to move on to the actual backpack, what you want to do is you want to take out your orange, and you want to do this from left to right. You just want to do 1 orange, 1 light grey, 4 orange, 1 light grey, 1 orange, and that's like the first row of the actual back. And then to make things simple for us, what we're going to do now is, on top of the 2 middle blocks of this orange here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to stack those 2 up 11 high, or to the top of the torso. So I'm not going to count it up, I'm just going to measure it up. Yep, that'll be 11. It wants to come to the top of the torso, and this is like, I assume his spine or something. I don't know. I don't know the purpose of the orange. Probably his spine. But there you go. Now what we want to do is, on top... How is it that I placed white here? How did that even happen? That's supposed to be orange. I apologise if you had to destroy that block and place orange there. I didn't say white when I placed it, or at least I don't think I did. But yeah, there you go. That's what the back wants to look like an upside down T with a little grey in it. What we want to do now, of course, is, well, not of course, but on top of the 2 end oranges, you want to stack a single orange. And then you're going to want to do 8 yellow on top of each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on the other side as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you just want to do 2 orange going up to the top like that. So you want to have something that looks like that. Now what we want to do is, we want to come down to the first row again here, and on the left side of what I'm going to call his spine, like this double column here, on this left side, on top of this orange here, you're going to want to do this. You're going to want to do 1 yellow, 3 light grey. Then on the other side, like on top of this orange, you're going to want to do the same thing, 1 yellow, 3 light grey, like that. Except on top of this one, you're going to want to do a little more. On top of this light grey here, you're just going to want to do 1 yellow and then 1 light grey, and this is what it should look like. I know it kind of clashes with what's in front of it, so I apologise, but you should hopefully be able to make out what you've got to do. And once you have that, you just want to fill the rest of the back in with yellow, and this'll make it easier to see things. Easiest way to make it, I figure. There we go. There we are. There you go, you should be able to see all of the back, nice and easy like that. Pause that if you have to. We're going to move on to the arms. So we're going to mark this out now because it will be easy. You see on either side how we have this two light orange. Just underneath it, like coming onto where the arm's going to be, you're just going to want to do a single orange on each side, just underneath it, impeding onto the arms like that. And that will just make things a little easier later on. So the hands are actually different to how they are on the back, which is a surprise, and it's a surprise that that's different as well. The whole arms are different. What you want to do is, you want to do the same pattern that you did with the hand as you had on the front, except it just wants to be in light grey. So you can see it's the exact same shape, but it's just light grey. And I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side as well, because I don't know. I just don't know. Wish I could just make things all in one go, but I like things symmetrical, what can I say? So you want to have something that looks like that, and then what you can do is you can simply just fill the rest of the arm in with yellow. The only orange bit that's in the arm is has already been added, assuming that you've been following the instructions, and then the rest is just yellow, like I've said already. There you go. So, add all the yellow in, arms are done, front and back are now complete. Let's have a bit of a look at what we have. There we go. I'm actually pretty happy that that the back has had some effort put into it. Because usually I would have imagined, you know, most of these, they're just copied from the front or they look very similar, but this is actually, you know, somebody's actually thought about it. So there you go. Pause it if you have to, make sure it's alright. We're going to move on to the side. Now the sides aren't wildly complicated, but there is a little detail added into them. I'm going to be starting on, as you're looking at him from the front, on his left side here, or his right foot if you're looking from his point of view. What you want to do is, you want to... we'll work in the left column first. So this left column going up, you're going to want to do 2 white, then you want to do 1 dark grey, then you want to do 1 white. And then in this right column here, you're going to want to do 1 dark grey, 1 white, 1 dark grey, then 1 orange, like that. Then you just want to do the rest of the leg in yellow, like so. Yep. So now let's move on to the arm. That shouldn't be too difficult for you to complete. I mean, there you go. That's like a whole 8 blocks. But it's now time to do the under part of the hand. So what you want to do is you want to fill the entire under part of the hand in with light grey. And actually that's wrong. It wants to be for the most part light grey, but then as you're looking at it, this first row here, that right block there, wants to be dark grey. So there you go. Knock that out if you filled it in with light grey, that wants to be dark grey. Then what you want to do is you want to go 3 rows up with light grey, so 1, 2, 3, and then the rest of the arm is just entirely yellow, including the top of the arm as well, including the shoulder. So there you go. So that's the entire arm. Got it wrong there a little bit, and just to show you the whole side, there you go. Pause that if you have to. Adidas logo in the background. So let's go over here. So here I'm just going to simply copy what I have on the other side onto this side, not looking at any plans or anything. If you manage to get it right on one side, you can get it right on the other side. You can just, sorry, let me start that over. If you manage to do one side, like I've done, you can just look over and copy what you've done, assuming that you've actually managed to do the one side correctly, is what I was trying to say in a non-stupid way. And remember that, well, you can't see on the other side, just remember that there's a dark grey there on that part of the hand. Then I'm just going to do the 3 rows of light grey, and then you want to do the rest of the arm in yellow, including the top of the shoulder in yellow, and just give you a bit of a view of what we have here. I know it's getting dark. There you go, that's the entire side of Stampy. Now I'm going to sleep. I'm going to give you a better look in the light, and then yeah. Right, so here we have the entire body of Stampy minus the head. He's been decapitated, but it's okay. We can reattach it. So once you're at this point, once you've got the front done, the back done, the sides filled in, you have this. It's time to make a monumental improvement to Stampy. So what you want to do is you want to mark out where the head's going to be, and to do that you want to come up to the top of the statue here, and on top of the original 8 blocks, like the 8 blocks of the torso here, you're going to want to do 8 yellow on top of them. So you want to have that, and then what you want to do is those 8 yellow blocks, that entire row, you want to shuffle it forward towards you one as you're looking at it, and then what you want to do is, like, you want to bring it towards you one again, but you don't want it to be entirely yellow. What you want to do is you want to do 2 orange either side coming in towards the center, and then the rest of the row wants to be entirely white. So like it wants to look like that, and that's going to be our working row of the face. And you know you've got it right if it overhangs the body, the front of the body, by 2 rows like that. So now it's time to work upon the face a little bit. So we're gonna do this left to right just because it's gonna be simpler this way. So, you know, working on this most forward row here, you're going to want to do one yellow, one dark grey, one white, two light grey, one white, one dark grey, one yellow. Next row, what you want to do is you want to do two yellow coming in towards the centre, and you want to do the rest of the row white, like that. Next row, you want to do a single yellow each side. Then you want to do two white in the middle, like in the centre. Closest towards the set. We've actually forgot a colour. How could I possibly forget? So what you want to do is you want to make enough room in your inventory to take out both of the greens, dark and light. And you're going to want to, once you've got them out, the closest to the whites, like towards the centre on top of these whites here, you're going to want to do dark green, and on the outside you're going to want to do lime green, like that, to do his eyes. And then the next row, here's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to do this from left to right, just because it'd be easier again. You want to do one black, one white, one black, two white, one black, one white, one black. So just the top of his eyes there. And then this row, very similar to the previous row, it's just going to be easier to do this. You're going to want to do one orange, two black, one yellow, one white, two black, one orange, like that. Next row, you want to do one black, two white, one orange, one yellow, two white, one black. Next row, what you want to do is you want to do two orange in the center on top of those two colored blocks there, and then the rest of the row can be yellow. His face is surprisingly complicated. My words today, they're failing me completely. But there you go. That's what you want to have so far. That's his entire face. It's now time to do the back of his head. It's time to mark it out a little bit. So you want to come to the back here. You want to come to the back of the original 8 blocks that you placed on top of the torso to make his head. And you're going to want to bring those back. And you're going to want to bring those back until they're overhanging the back of the statue by 2 rows. So that being the first row and that being the second row. Make sure that, you know, if in doubt, go to the side, make sure they're overhanging too, just like that. Then what you want to do is, you want to come to the top of the statue head here, like the back of the face, and we're going to want to do this. So like coming towards the back of the statue, towards the back of the head, you're going to want to do this. You're going to want to do 2 yellow, then you're going to want to do 4 white, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to want to do 1 yellow, like that. And you're going to want to do that on the other side of the head as well, just 2 yellow, 4 white, and is that 4? No, that's not. 4 white, 1 yellow, and it should be overhanging the body too as well. And then you can proceed to just connect like what you've just made together, like just turn it into a cube. So, you know, you've brought that back, you've connected the bottom to the top, and then you've just connected it at the back here. And what I'm going to do now, actually, because it's going to take a minute or two, I'm going to fill all of those faces in with yellow. So the back, the top, the sides, I'm going to fill them in with yellow, and then... Right, so once you're at this point here, once you've got a giant yellow cube with a little bit of white in it, and all of the sides are nice and filled in like that, we're just about done. But we have a couple of finishing touches to add first. For instance, the most easiest touch to add, come to the front of the face here, and these 2 sideways T's that are in yellow, you're just going to want to like raise them up, coming towards you like that, and it wants to look like that. Then what you want to do is you want to come to the back of the head here, and you want to do this. So from like on each end, starting at the top and coming down the side, you want to do 1 yellow, and then you want to do 3 white coming down. So on the left side and the right side, you just want to do that. And then on the actual, like on the second row, you want to do like 2 yellow coming down, and on the other side as well, coming towards the center. And then on the third row, you just want to do a single yellow, like that. Then what you want to do is, you want to, and this actually comes like outside of the head, like it comes like 1 block to the side of it, you just want to do 2 yellow, so it looks like that. And you want to do the same thing on the other side as well. So it should look like that. And then all you have to do is you want to stack another 4 yellow on top of the 4 yellow that you already have. So it should look like that on the back. Then what you want to do is you want to move to the side, and let me just get these plans up here. Yep, you want to move to the side. I'm going to start on I like starting on this side first, I don't know why. And like working up and that way, you just want to, this top yellow block, you want to make it come to the front by 1, 2, 3. Like you want to bring it to the front, like where the face is, 3 blocks. Then the next row down, you want to do 2. And then the next row down you want to do 1, so it wants to look like that on the side. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, even though it's slightly darkening out, but you know, we'll deal. Then you want to do the same thing on the other side here, like I said, so like coming towards the face you want to do 1, 2, 3, and the next row down, 1, 2, next row down, just a single one, like that. And it's getting a bit too dark. I like to do all this stuff in the light, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sleep and then I'll be back. Alright, so we're very close to being finished. We just have 3 more blocks, well technically 6 more blocks to add. So on the top of the head here, from this view, what you want to do is, you want to, coming towards you, like on the top of the back of the head, you just want to do 2 yellow, like in the corner, and then 1 yellow. Can't really explain it, but there you go. That's exactly what you want to do. You just kind of want to like just fill that in a bit. So on the top, you can see pretty much looks like stairs if you look at the right angle. There we go. Which kind of reminds me that they have yet to add upside down stairs to the game. I kind of want that, but let me give you a view around him. Let me take off the hood because at this point we're done. Don't know if I failed to say that, but that's Stampy in his entirety. Got all of his little features added on. I understand why the ears are raised, but I'm not entirely sure what the things on the front of his face are. Like the yellow that's raised up, I'm not entirely sure. But regardless, it's a pretty cool skin. Never heard of the guy before, but it was a request, as you might imagine. I've not heard of like 95% of the guys that I've made, but you guys asked for it, so there you go. Pretty cool skin, pretty original. I've not seen one like it before. I like it, pretty good. Give it a 7 out of 10. But there you go. There he is in his entirety. Let me just get a bit of a close up there. Yep, there we go. I hope this was in some way useful. Thanks for watching and see ya. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, maybe you should check out some of my other stuff. I've made plenty of pixel art, YouTubers, houses, tomahawks, tanks, the list goes on. And if you're interested in becoming a YouTube partner, hit up the link in the description.